To Your Voice, Your Vote. Election results are in for some key races in Michigan.
Voters casting their ballots in either the Democratic or Republican primary. 13 on your side's Veronica Ortega joins us live this morning from the studio with the results. Veronica, good morning to you.
Good morning. There were no big surprises after yesterday's primary election, with the heavy hitters from each party coming out on top. We begin this morning with the race for the U.S. Senate seat left open with longtime Senator Debbie Stabenow's retirement. Former U.S. Representative Mike Rogers has secured the Republican nomination, beating out his three opponents with 63% of the vote. He will face off against Representative Democrat Alyssa Slotkin. Slotkin defeated actor Hill Harper. She will enter the general election race with a huge fundraising advantage. Meanwhile, Rogers has secured the endorsement of former President Donald Trump. In the race for Michigan's 3rd district, which is made up of Kent, Ottawa, and Muskegon counties, in a very close race, West Michigan attorney Paul Hudson is the projected winner. Hudson edging out entrepreneur Michael Markey with 55% of the vote. He will take on incumbent U.S. Representative Hillary Scholten. Scholten easily defeated her challenger with an overwhelming 91% of the vote. She says she feels very confident heading into the general election.
I think it sends a very strong message about the type of leadership that people want here in West Michigan. I ran and have been leading as a pragmatic, solution-oriented, problem-solving individual that is in Washington to put politics aside and just deliver for West Michigan. I think that's what the voters want.
And finally, Michigan Congressman Bill Huizenga won his party's primary. He faced challenger Brendan Muir and walked away with 73% of the vote. Huizenga has served in Congress since 2011. He will face off against Democrat Jessica Schwartz. Emily Tanner, the campaigning isn't over yet for all of the victors. Their attention now shifts to November's general election.
Thank you, Veronica. The city of Grand Rapids is now one step closer to deciding its next mayor. David LeGrand and Sunita Lanier will be moving forward.
Voters narrowing it down to those two candidates who will appear on the ballot this November. 13 on your sides, Aaron Sullivan has a glimpse of what your ballot will look like here in just a few months. Aaron, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning to you both. After months of campaigning for this mayoral race, 4 candidates were narrowed down to 2 last night. David LeGrand and Sunita Lanier will be going to the ballot this November. Now, if you take a look at your screen, we do have those results that were rolling in from the Kent County Clerk's office last night. David LeGrand was the clear front-runner winner in this race. He took up about 58% of the vote. Sunita Lanier behind him had nearly 20%, and Stephen Owens wasn't too far behind with about 16%. Now, both LeGrand and Lanier are saying they're both looking forward to talking with city leaders and the people of Grand Rapids.
Well, I'm really looking forward to convening sort of more and more people to talk about the big issues in Grand Rapids, talk about housing, talk about possible solutions, talk about justice and policing in town, talk about clean government work. I'm also really looking forward to starting to have those conversations with other members of the City Commission.
I will be a collaborative mayor, engaging the other commissioners on the commission to make sure that I'm hearing from their constituents and hearing what it is that their desires for serving their constituents as well, so that we can make Grand Rapids a great place for all to live and thrive, so we can fulfill the vision for the city of Grand Rapids.
Now, those 2 candidates will succeed Mayor Rosalind Bliss this upcoming November. And if you want to look at more election results, you can visit our website at 13onyourside.com. Reporting in Grand Rapids, I'm Aaron Sullivan, 13 on your side.
Thank you, Aaron. In Ottawa County, Ottawa Impact will no longer have the majority on the County Board of Commissioners.
The ultra-conservative group endorsed 9 candidates, but only 4 actually won in yesterday's primary. That includes Chairman Joe Moss, 3 other incumbents, which are Gretchen Cosby and Roger Belknap, losing their re-election bids, we should say, along with 3 other candidates. That means the board will no longer have a majority of the board's seats after the November election.
We spoke with voters in Ottawa County who say this local primary election matters.
This is just another seat that I think is really important for me to weigh in on. And I really vote on the issues.
So I agree with most of what they stand for. And I think I think instead of trying to lump people up into certain groups, I think it's more important to consider that candidate as an individual.
The 9 Republicans who won their primary races will now face Democratic challengers in November. As the final votes are being counted this morning, we're learning just how many people across Michigan cast their ballots.
Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson estimates around 2 million people voted in this primary. Half of those were absentee. In a press conference last night, Benson thanking those working the polls and those who came out to vote.
First, I want to congratulate all voters for participating in today's primary election. And secondly, I want to assure them that the counting and canvassing processes will be carried out in accordance with the law. Their ballots will be counted fairly and accurately, and the election's outcome will reflect their will.
Once the unofficial results are reported, the bipartisan County Board of Canvassers will confirm the accuracy and certify the results. The State Board of Canvassers will then do the same. This process, it takes several weeks. Benson says that's to ensure the election's integrity.
We have all of your election results on our website, 13onyourside.com. You can find your county and see the top state races.